In the headlines, senators threaten to impeach President Buhari over rising insecurity.
Sir, this door is locked. They locked this door.
Organized labor storm National Assembly over ASU-NASU strike. Court reserves ruling on suspended AGF's bail application. On the foreign scene, 4 killed as 7.1 magnitude earthquake hits Luzon Island in Philippines. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Nten Ekman. And underneath in detail, senators from the opposition parties have given President Muhammadu Buhari 6 weeks ultimatum to address the rising insecurity in the country or face impeachment. Senate Minority Leader Philip Ajuda stated this while addressing reporters after the opposition lawmakers angrily stormed out of the Senate plenary, chanting Buhari must go, Lawan should follow, to protest the worsening insecurity across the country. Trouble started when the Senate President Ahmed Lawan ruled the Senate Minority Leader out of order when he raised a point of order for the Red Chamber to deliberate on issues raised at a closed-door session which lasted for 2 hours. Urged by the ruling, the opposition senators stormed out of the plenary, chanting songs and calling for President Buhari to quit. Bandits have killed at least 60 people and sacked 8 villages in Karim Lamito local government area of Taraba State. The villages located on the border between Taraba, Plateau and Bauchi had been under the siege of bandits for the past several months. A community leader, Tanko Bobo Andami, told Daily Trust in an interview that the killing happened between December last year and July this year at Binari, Belingo, Jamaga, Jab and Tinga Kaya, among other villages in the border area. He said the sacked villages include Komotoro, Jamaga, Mashayin Kirgi, Mashayin Biri, Tafashia, Guamo, Jigawa, and Tungan Kaya. Andami stated further that there are over 2,000 bandits in the forest located in both Plateau and Taraba border areas. The Taraba Police Command is yet to issue a statement to that effect. The FCT Police Command has dismissed as false and unfounded news making the rounds on social media that there was sporadic shooting at Dan Tata Bridge and Ministers Hill in the Lugbe area of Abuja. The command, in a statement by the Commissioner Babaji Sunday, said it arrived at the conclusion after an all-night monitoring and surveillance of the area by the command's intelligence and tactical asset. The CP said he has directed an investigation into sources of countless and maliciously crafted and panic-generating write-ups geared towards disrupting the peace in the FCT. The Commissioner, while reassuring residents of the command's commitment to the safety of all in the territory, urged members of the public to only believe information released from the official stables. Suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, will remain in detention as a Federal Capital Territory High Court reserves ruling on his bail application till Thursday. Idris and 3 others are standing trial over alleged 109 billion naira fraud. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that the trial judge, Justice Adeyemi Ajayi, ruled on admissibility or otherwise of a document tendered by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. The report.
The matter is for hearing of motions on bail application filed by defense counsels on behalf of the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and 3 others. Prosecution counsel Rotimi Jacobs, SAN, had opposed the bail application, citing the strength of the charges, cogency of the evidence, and severity of punishment attached to the offense. Defense counsels led by Chris Uche, SAN, however, urged the court to discountenance the position of the prosecution on the grounds that the offense is bailable and the accused have a history of committing themselves to trial, which resulted in their earlier administrative bail by an Abuja magistrate.
The application for bail has been taken today from both sides, both from us, the applicants who applied for bail, and also from the part of the respondents, that's the prosecution, who also opposed bail. And you know, bail is one of the preliminary stages you go through before you get into trial. So we have presented our application before the court, and the court has adjourned the matter for ruling tomorrow.
What we are saying is that there are special circumstances where bail should not be granted in this case, because it's a case that affects the entire nation. It's a case that that has to do with corruption, and that the court should not lightly grant bail in such a case, particularly if you look at the nature and the gravity of the offense.
The parties also argue for and against the admissibility or otherwise of an earlier remand order tendered by the prosecution counsel to support his argument, which the trial judge, Justice Ademi Ajayi, granted.
It's an order of the FCT, so the court taking judicial notice of it is provided for under the Evidence Act. The court should take judicial notice of his own order, and that's what it has done.
For now, the accused will remain at the Kuje Medium Correctional Facility pending the determination of their bail application. It was legal fireworks right here at the FCT High Court, where counsels, argue for and against a bail application brought to the court by the defense counsels in a suit involving the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and 3 others on a 14-count charge bordering on 109 billion naira fraud. And of course, the counsels for both the accused and of course the prosecution counsel extensively argue for and against their submissions before Justice Ademi Ajayi, who eventually reserved ruling on this matter until Thursday, the 28th of July 2022. From the FCT High Court here in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, Shapiro Suleiman, Trust TV News.
The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) on Wednesday continued its protest in Abuja over the prolonged strike by university workers across the country. This comes a day after similar demonstrations held in various states of the Federation except in the Federal Capital Territory, the FCT. The protest began after members of the NLC leadership and leaders of various affiliated unions, as well as members, converged on the Unity Fountain in the nation's capital. Among those physically present were the NLC President Ayuba Waba, ASU President Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, and the immediate past President of the Academic Union, Professor Biodun Ogunyemi, and Shehu Sani, former Kaduna Senator. There was heavy security presence at the venue of the protest, mostly made up of personnel of the Nigerian police. Speaking at the Unity Fountain, Waba said this is just the first phase, adding that the second phase is a 3-day national strike.
Pictures of some of them there joining NLC in a similar rally to say that we are a very credible organization and that we need to reset the country. So we are resetting the country to make sure that our leaders do what is right. I want to salute all our unions for being on strike for 5 months, some 3 months. Their salary has been stopped. It is criminal to stop the salary of a worker whose only fault is to demand that a collective bargaining agreement validly signed should be respected. In other climes, it is even the workers that will actually deploy no pay, no work. But shamelessly, they deploy no pay, no work, no pay. Nowhere in the law that I know, under the ILO conventions that guides industrial relations globally, do you have such a draconian law. We thank governors because some of them spoke yesterday to say that they will not stop the salary of their state university workers. We commend them, and we commend those governors that came out openly also to support what is happening, because they realize leadership is about taking responsibility, not about complaining. Leadership is about finding solution, not about giving excuse. We are tired of excuse. We are tired of lamentation. We want solution. We want the issues to be fixed. That is why we are here, comrades. And therefore, we must be ready. We must be ready. This is just the first phase. The second phase, which we are aware, is the 3-day national strike.
In the Northwest, the peaceful rallies in solidarity with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, witnessed massive turnout as the Nigerian Labour Congress in the zone also joined their counterparts across the nation to draw government's attention to the plight of ASU. The report.
In Kaduna State, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Ayuba Suleiman, led the street protest from the Secretariat of the Union to the State Assembly to deliver a letter to the Speaker of the Kaduna State House of Assembly.
We Africa, we Africa, the struggle continues.
From Katsina State, the peaceful protest led by the state NLC chairman Hussaini Hamisu Yanduna was also supported by the Nigeria Union of Teachers, Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, and the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Students' unions were not left behind, with most of the members seen carrying various placards with different inscriptions and chanting solidarity songs such as "No lectures, no election." On arrival at the Katsina State House of Assembly complex, the state NLC chairman was received by the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Taisu Megerizango, and some selected members of the Assembly. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly appreciated the peaceful conduct of the protests, giving assurances that the Assembly was strongly behind them.
This district, Mr. Speaker, has manifested in a strike for past 5 months and has come to a huge cost for the students, the university staff, the government, other stakeholders, and the entire country. The strike, as you already know, is over the non-observance by the government. The agreement is voluntarily entered into with the unions. I try to appeal to you to use your good office and good conscience to get the federal government to bring out to an end to this strike action.
In Kano, the state NLC chairman Kabiru Ado Minjibir, who led affiliate unions on the Solidarity rally, said they were delivering the message of resolution of the NLC national body to Governor Abdullahi Ganduje to intimate him on the need to intervene to resolve the lingering strike in universities.
And following the federal government's shutdown order, schools within the FCT are preparing to hold academic activities despite the ongoing National Examinations Council NECO test for senior secondary schools, as well as terminal examinations by other students. Musa Luka tells us more.
Insecurity in Nigeria has been the major challenge for almost all sectors in the country, with education not spared. With the order affecting both public and private secondary schools, education in FCT will be brought to total halt as Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has been on strike for over 5 months. This follows intelligent report of threat to some schools within FCT and the attack in Buhari area of the Federal Capital Territory. A visit to some schools within FCT reveals that students who ought to be writing NECO were in school but not participating in the exams, while principal officers declined comment. At the junior secondary school Wusezon 3, the principal, Olukemi Adebimpe, agreed that the safety of lives comes before education, hence the need to hold academic activities.
The security of the children is more important than what we are, is more important, and that is why the federal government said that all schools should close latest Wednesday, 27th July. By next week, Wednesday, they're supposed to close for the session. So these few days, about let me say about 5 days, it's only 5 days now that we are missing. If we close tomorrow, Wednesday, we are having Thursday, Friday, then Wednesday next week we are supposed to close for the session. So that 5 days cannot affect the school calendar. So everything will be okay, whatever the, and I don't think anything there's not going to be any adverse effect on the learners, because already we have finished our syllabus, we have finished it's just for them to write exam, and which the only thing is the stress on the students, because we have to increase the number of subjects they write daily.
While these schools take a break over insecurity, one question that Nigeria are asking is what will government do differently to change the security situation before the students resume to school? Musa Luka, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has received another batch of 175 stranded Nigerians from Libya. Director General of NEMA, Mustafa Ahmed, represented by the Acting Coordinator of Lagos Territorial Office of the agency, Ibrahim Farin Loye, confirmed the development in Lagos. Farin Loye said that the returnees, 77 males, 64 females, 23 children and 11 infants, were received at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. He said that among the returnees, 2 females and 2 males had medical issues. He enjoined the returnees to turn a new leaf in their lives and access the ample opportunities bestowed on the country. You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up after the break. FCT registrants lament challenges. Stay with us.
To every politician, as the campaigns gain momentum and passions begin to rise, remember, the errors of your opponents do not make you a success. Do not run down your opponent and inflame passions to violence between and among your supporters. What counts is what you plan to do for the electorate and how you intend to relieve the sufferings and bring succor. Nigeria is in dire need of patriotic leaders at all levels, leaders who will make national development their priority. Concentrate on telling the electorate what you intend to do when you get into office. Focus on making your vision clear to the electorate. Don't engage in verbal abuses, fake news or speeches. Keep dealing with issues that will bring progress. You win the hearts and minds of the people by being above board, by being civil, patriotic, and showing empathy. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. A message from the National Orientation Agency.
Welcome back. If you're just watching the news, this is Trust TV News Update. A recap of the major stories. Senators threaten to impeach President Buhari over rising insecurity. And court reserves ruling on suspended AGF's bail application. Moving to more stories now, heads of ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs of government, have been charged to ensure that trainings are maximized to enhance effective service delivery in all sectors. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, gave the charge at the induction of chairmen and members of governing boards of federal parastatals in Abuja. Mustafa was represented by his office's Permanent Secretary, General Services, Maurice Mbaeri, at the induction conducted at the end of a 2-day capacity training for chief executive officers, heads of MDAs and board members. He urged them to domesticate the knowledge gained at the capacity building program in their various MDAs to ensure that desired results are achieved.
To apply or put to use these things you have learned from this program, how to promote good corporate practice in your respective organizations. Chairman, Chief Executive Officers, distinguished board members, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly urge you that when you report back to your various parastatals and agencies, you see to it that all your management team and staff feel the impact of this program from the enhanced quality service that you will henceforth render. our society has become more educated and developed, and the expectations of service delivery system keep increasing. The citizens are expecting openness and transparency in decision-making process of the government. As top government functionaries, it is our duty to meet the expectations and render efficient service to our people, failing which the government will have to bear the risks and possible consequences.
We want to thank you, CAS, for your continuous support to PPSR to run this very important program. And you have heard from the various contributors, either the participants or the resource persons, that you should do more. So we're going to come back to you to see how we can improve on this, possibly to get a larger number of agencies to benefit. I want to sincerely thank the SGF, represented by my brother, the Permanent Secretary, GSO, for your continuous support and understanding and giving us the space to drive some of these engagements.
Also with the BPSR, CAS wants to continue this very rewarding partnership because we see the effects and we see the betterment that we can achieve together. So thank you for being a pioneer in institutional capacity building, all aiming at building a robust public service that will serve all Nigerians. And I want to thank you, all of you who are here, our participants, for making time and being here for 2 full days. We all know that building internal capacity is not an end in itself, especially within the work of federal public service.
Ahead of the Sunday, 31st July deadline for the continuous voter registration exercise across the country, prospective registrants are lamenting shortage of personnel and machines, among other anomalies at registration centers within the Federal Capital Territory. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu, who visited some newly created centers in the FCT, reports that registrants fear that they may not be captured before the suspension of the CVR exercise, as more people try to use the last few days to get registered. The report.
The last-minute rush that comes with the news of suspension of the CVR exercise has also come with a surge that is almost overwhelming for INEC officials and security operatives. Prospective registrants complain of unfair treatment by officials and worry that this may end with the unfortunate news of them not being able to be captured within the last few days.
Look at the whole population, the population of more than 200 people. You can see only 2 laptops. It's one person is doing registration, the other person is doing capturing. And the person is not even sitting down on his chair. He will be stuck sitting, go and buy granite outside, go and sit down, go and make up. They are not serious.
Okay. I've been here for 1 week trying to struggle to register. I told you this thing. Most people have been here since 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They haven't done theirs. I said it's based on familiarity now.
To address some of the challenges, the INEC FCT Resident Electoral Commissioner Yahya Bello at an earlier press conference had noted that since the initial extension of the deadline, the Commission had created more centers, mobilized more machines and personnel.
He approved, extra personnel to man these machines, and also approved that we open so many other centers so that it will ease the congestion.
But to these registrants, the situation remains the same.
We'll be there since so some people will just come in with their convoy, they'll let them in. And we don't know how it's happening. Okay, they say they want to start with the list. We wrote our names. Okay, let's do it orderliness. Before you know, they'll open the gate for people with convoy, they'll go in. And the rest, you see them start voting, they're out. They'll start doing their voters card for them, they are out. Registration center close to our area, we have been there and they are not more working there. And people that have been going there, they say the crowd is too much and the machines are few. Okay, look at us now that we are here. How can one person be attending to 500 people?
We, since morning, some people left their work, left everything. Just have to sacrifice a day. My own is not even a day, 1 week. Kubwa, no. Duse, no. Central area, they have to divert that waiting now. Even the fuel itself, they increase it, but yet we are still blowing left and right.
The CVR exercise, in spite of the many challenges, continues till its suspension on the 31st of July 2022. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
On the foreign scene, a powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck the northern Philippine island of Luzon on Wednesday, killing 4 people and injuring 60 others. A number of buildings were damaged, sending strong tremors through the capital, Manila. The quake struck at about 11 kilometers southeast of the town of Dolores at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers, according to U.S. Geological Survey data. Director of the state seismology agency told the media strong aftershocks are expected. And that's the news update on Trust TV this hour. For more, do connect with us on all our social media handles. I am Nten Ekbang. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.